even know how many times I've been asked, Stacy, how in the world do you color and cut your own hair? It's unfathomable to most, I think. Well, I've decided to demystify the whole situation and just make a little video that I can reference people to later on and show you exactly how I do all this. It's not really that impressive, I think you'll notice after you watch this. So I don't know if I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but here it is. This is how I do it. So the first thing I do is take my hair at its natural part and visually decide where I want my highlights to land. And I kind of say, right here. And then I can go in and I take out those partings. That way they'll land that way. So I've got my first parting all ready. There's Charlie. Got my first parting all ready here, and I'm getting ready to put some lightener on it. There it is. And I'm just rubbing it in and using my bare hands because I've been doing hair for 15 million thousand years. So my fingerprints are long gone. But just a little side note, I've been doing hair for a long time, and this is not a tutorial on how you can do your own hair. I would never recommend anyone doing their own hair. It can go very bad very quickly. All right, first foil is in. Gotta wipe that lightener off, okay, while I still got some fingers. And then I am going to get my next section all ready. I'm only doing 3 foils for this touch-up. So the first, should tell you a little bit more about how I apply this lightener with this foil. Oh my gosh, did you see that gray hair? It's just amazing how much thicker in diameter gray hairs are. They're just so thick and coarse and wiry and here to destroy us. Anyway. So as you can see here, I put it on starting kind of middle to end and wipe it down the hair shaft to the ends. And then I go wipe it back forward to the root area. And that gets less product close to my root and more on the ends so that it can create that lovely ombre that I'm going for. As product dries out, it stops working. And when I say product, I mean lightener. And where there's less lightener, it will dry out faster. So since there's less lightener near my scalp or near my root area, that area will dry out and stop working first. And the rest will continue to work. So that right there where I'm kind of pushing it down, that's kind of feathering that lightener into the hair so that it very, very slowly transitions from lighter to darker, and thus giving us the lovely and beautiful ombre that I love because it's so low maintenance. So I'm just checking this foil and I can see a little line of demarcation there, especially after I comb it out. I'm sure you can too. And I don't like that. I want that to blend in a little more. So I add a little more product and then feather it up, work it in again so that it's the area that's too dark for me will lighten up and everything else will kind of blend in the way I want it. And I do it down and do it and apply it, and then I hold it up and apply it because it goes on differently in both directions and I want it to be perfect all around. So I had to go back and get another foil so I could put it back in there because reusing foils is just gross, I think. So there. And now I'm just going to let that set for like 5 minutes maybe. And then it's time to go shampoo everything out. So I can tell as soon as I pull these foils out. I like looking at my phone here because I can see the progress. You can see that lighter. And it's just, oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay. And so then just shampoo it out. So here it is, the final results, and I'm very happy with it. It's exactly what I wanted, just brightened everything up a bit, but nothing too cray-cray. And, you know, it'll last me for probably another 6 months, and then I won't have to do anything until then. Maybe even longer, because once I go through summer, my hair will lighten up some on its own. Oh, I like that piece right there. I think that little highlight looks super cute. So, yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty happy with it. Color success. And now for the cut. I'm at home now in my bathroom. Gotta be quiet now because Kyle's in the other room snoozing away, working all night, sleeping all day. So I'm very happy with my color, but this back here starts to drive me crazy, so I'm gonna cut that off today. And I'm pretty excited about it. Yay! Now there's one thing I gotta do first, and that's go and get my hair all wet, so that when I cut it, it doesn't fly and float away in the air. It kind of keeps it all clumped together and easier to clean up. But I gotta have my comb, and I have my shears, and I have my thinning shears, which are the shears with the teeth, which are great for blending, which is always helpful when I'm cutting my own hair. I got a couple clips, but I don't think I even use those today. And my cape, of course, which I like to wear. And my trimmers to trim my neck up. So yeah, that's everything that I need for this. Alright, so I've got all my supplies, I got my hair all wet, got to put my cape on. And when I cut my own hair, I put my cape on backwards, so I can fly like a superhero. No, it's really just because it's easier for me to attach it in the front. But I'm having too much fun doing this. So today I'm just cutting the back, really. I don't think I even trimmed the front, but here it is. Yep, that was it. That is my very technical technique. I just grab a chunk of hair and I chop it off. And then I go back in later with my thinning shears and my trimmers to try and straighten everything up that I just destroyed. But it works. Somehow it doesn't look terrible, I don't think. So then I'm just checking it out, and then I grab the mirror. Please don't pay any attention to how dirty it is, just to look at myself and see how much hair is actually left there. I comb it out, and I can just see all that like fuzz hanging down the bottom, and I want to get that off. Now, ideally, anyone could do this for me, but you know what? When you're home alone with a 3-year-old and your husband's in bed, then what are you going to do? You're just going to do it yourself. That's what I do. So I just get my trimmers, and sorry, but I think this is super satisfying to watch. I love just seeing all that bad stuff go. So I got that one side, and now I'm going to try to get this other side here. And I am doing this, reaching all the way around myself to the other side. So I'm definitely not holding this straight against my skin. So it doesn't cut very well. And I kind of divot myself a little bit there, but I'm not too concerned about it because when I shake it out, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good. So I think anybody that notices that is probably just meddling. Feeling 100% better already. I do not feel like I have a mullet anymore. Here I'm just using my thinning shears to blend in the little bit of layering that I have there. And thinning shears are interesting because a lot of people are like, oh, they're foolproof, but it is actually super easy to make it look like your hair has been chewed off by rats. And I think that's about it. I'm all done here. Just shake off all that extra hair, and then look at that. Looks pretty good. Yay!